Middlesbrough Council has been ordered to pay back almost £700,000 to taxi drivers because it overcharged for licences. It follows a ruling by the local government ombudsman following a complaint brought by Boro Taxis. Well, Christine Bell is from Boro Taxis and joins me on the line. Christine, good evening to you.
Good evening.
So what was the issue? Why did you go to the ombudsman?
I initially went back to the Ombudsman in 2014 and following the outcome of a corporate complaint to Middlesbrough Council where they said following an investigation there'd been no evidence of any wrongdoing and in their eyes the fees charged weren't excessive. I knew something was wrong and stood up for my industry and decided to forward my complaint to the Ombudsman.
So it's a little confusing. What was the problem, Christine?
The problem was that the council could not demonstrate how they calculated their taxi licensing fees.
I see. So, yes. Sorry. Were you going to say more there? Did I butt in on you?
No, you didn't.
That's fine. We're going to hear what the council said in response in a second. The review of the licensing by the council now means that vehicle licences have been reduced. Drivers' fees have risen. In the case of a renewal, that's actually doubled. So what does that mean for a company like yourselves?
Right, well, actually, despite what the council is saying in relation to drivers, that's not quite true. For some drivers, their fees will actually come down. It seems that somebody hasn't been fully briefed there. But for vehicle owners and operators, yes, fees have reduced by almost 45% for vehicle owners.
Yeah, but the drivers' renewal has gone up.
Not for all drivers. Now the council has to make available to drivers a three-year licence. That should have been introduced last year, but the council failed to do that. So some of those drivers who take out a 3-year licence will actually see a 20% reduction in their fees.
Okay.
Also.
So what does it mean then for taxi drivers in the town and companies like yourselves?
Well, this is all about the council conducting its affairs properly and that there's openness and transparency in everything they do.
Yeah, so
in relation to taxi fees, it's the law that they can only charge for the running, of the office. They can't charge any more than that.
Right, and in the past, do you feel that they were charging too much then?
Well, Middlesbrough Council licence fees are one of the highest in the country, and I think the LGO decision has proved that, has vindicated my complaint, and I was right.
Right. So some money's going to be refunded, but it's only going back 4 years, is that right?
The council are proposing to only go back 4 years. If they are going to be fair, like they say, they will, refund everybody for as long as they hold records, which will be more than 4 years.
Is that something you would push for?
It will be something that we will push for, yes.
Yeah, Christine, good to hear from you this afternoon. Thanks very much for joining us with a little bit of a kind of clarity on that as well, because I think it is a bit confusing. The council says a review of its licensing fees was carried out last year in response to that complaint made to the local ombudsman. It goes on to say its aim has always been to be fair and even-handed while supporting drivers, as many are of limited means, but now accepts that approach can't be legally justified. Well, the proposals to refund this money, the 4 years we've just discussed, is going to be put forward at a council meeting and discussed next week.